ESPA is a global program which is connecting ecosystems and poverty alleviation. But the lessons that we get from that are equally important for everybody in this room. The first thing that I tell people when they join the program is, in order to make this work, we've got to do one thing, and that is put people at the heart of everything that we do. And when I'm looking at the slide behind me, that actually illustrates, we've got a title, Reconnecting Nature and Economics. Well, actually our research already tells us, when we start with that, gives us part of the answer, but it's not going to make the solution. We've got to do two things. Firstly, we actually have to reconnect people and nature, so that people understand just how important nature is. The second thing we have to do is to reconnect people and economics. What is economics? I think of it as two things. One is the theory of economics, the way that we conceptualise. And there's also the economic systems, the markets, etc. Who does economics serve? Do people serve economics, or economics serving people? I think we've got that balance wrong. So in terms of the title, I think it should actually be Reconnecting People and Nature and Reconnecting People and Economics. The other thing which is wrong with the way we've got it, I think we've got it wrong. If you look, fine print right at the bottom, we've got people. Actually, I'll put that right at the top. Then, communicate. That's how we do it. We've got to communicate the story. Why is nature important? And actually, Pavan talked about it. He's on our advisory board. The UNEP team looking at forests. They've just started a new program called the International Ecosystem Management Program. And this is exactly what we're doing. We're trying to give people new ways of using knowledge of the way that the world works to improve their lives. So, our chair gave us a statement saying the blind and the obvious. I think he also got it wrong. He said, don't forget to breathe. What I would say is, don't forget when you breathe, where the air that you breathe comes from. It comes from ecosystems. ESPA in a jar in front of us, the water comes from ecosystems. And one of our big mistakes in life is we've forgotten just how important it is. And as we've heard, it's not recognised in the way that we conceptualise our relationships in terms of the economic systems. So we need to get that in there, and our research project and others like it are trying to provide the evidence for that. Where does communication come into it? Our research projects and others, they are designed to provide objective evidence of these links. We need to work with other groups to make it real. If it's not communicated, it's not real. And one of the nice things for me at the moment is I've got stakeholders around me. Parvo, UNEP are both part of the system, but also RSPB and Coca-Cola are involved in the ESPA story to some degree. ESPA's sister program is the Darwin Initiative. It was launched 20 years ago at the Rio Summit, and it's looking about biodiversity and how important it is liked. RSPB has had a number of projects funded under that, and has generated some amazing stories of how important nature is to people around the world. Where does Coca-Cola come into it? Last year I visited some of our stakeholders in the state of Amazonas in Brazil, and I went there to visit the world's largest successful payment for ecosystem services, which is empowering large numbers of communities across the Amazon basin and is protecting over 1 million hectares of forest. It has been done in partnership, linking researchers, a local bank, a local government, and one of the partners funding this is Coca-Cola. Why are they doing it? It's because the environment is important to them. And that's why I think the theme of today is really important, is, as I said, it's reconnecting people and nature, reconnecting economics with people, and making sure that we communicate this effectively so people realise that that glass of water and the air that you breathe comes from the ecosystems around us.